Before we get this video started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up for these little puppies. Say hi, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Say, give me a thumbs up.
So today we're talking about cannabis stocks, the stocks that we're watching, portfolio updates, recent trades we may have made. And once again, this video is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only. So just because we're looking at them, buying them, selling them, doesn't mean you guys should be following us. Always do your research, always do your due diligence. And let's get straight into this video. Let's take a look at water, see what water is doing today. The Alkaline Water Company, WTER.
It's actually a company that I've been watching too from the sidelines.
Yeah.
I haven't bought in yet. It's been very tempting. I think they're having, let's just take
It's having an all right day today, I believe. What,
yeah,
it's up 1.4%.
So I did have a support drawn in at 350 and they broke below that. And then
Yeah, exactly. I was watching that too.
This thick red line at around 260. So yeah, 260 is pretty much when it had that gap up.
Yeah.
That was last year. So I drew this 260 red line, and I pretty much, that's if it goes that low. It's not guaranteed. That might be a price where I might be tempted to start if it goes all the way down to 260.
Yeah, just based on the charts. I mean, I watched it drop. If you can see where the green line starts, there's a gap.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so they issued 4 million shares at 250 US, which is like 341 Canadian.
Yeah.
So it dropped right down to 341. Then it attempted to bounce, probably because people were just buying the dip. And then it decided to downtrend like crazy. So the first time I jumped in was like 325 or 330, I think. So picked up a little bit there, just a little bit, like not much, because I thought it could keep dropping. And then picked up a little more at $3. But you're right. Right in and around 250, 260 is the next time I'm going to pick some up. But I just want exposure to CBD. You know, I've been watching NBEV.
Yep.
And I had Canadian cash instead of USD because like USD, I hate converting Canadian to USD at this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. It's so overpriced right now. I think it's like I think it's 134 or 133.
Yeah. So, I mean, water's my CBD beverage pick other than NBEV. And there's a couple other smaller ones, but it's hard to get exposure to the CBD beverage market. There's just a couple companies, right? Bottom line is I want exposure to CBD. But you want to look at Planet 13 now?
Yeah, let's talk about the hot talk of the town.
Yes, sir. Planet 13's on fire.
Perfection. So I made a video about this the other day, talking about prices that I would probably sell. And these blue lines right here is my selling point. And today I sold Planet 13 at $2.25 American almost immediately. Let's pull up the 5-minute charts. Planet 13 has declined. I'm looking at Planet 13 right now, and I don't even have to turn my head. They're at 216 now. So I sold at 225. Obviously, I could have sold a little higher, maybe at 229, but I didn't know. I didn't want to push my luck. So 225.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's great.
And it pretty much started declining. And no, I'm not the reason that it's been declining. I don't own that many shares. I don't think I had that much big of an effect on the market, but I pretty much sold right here. I made a previous video talking about when I plan to sell, and it seems like that's exactly when everyone else has been selling off. And Planet 13 did look to be overbought. There was a lot of volume for Planet 13, as you could see here in the bottom.
And then it started to decline as you move sideways.
Exactly. Planet 13 has been on fire. I think they're up almost 50. Let me just check real quick. Actually, you know what? It's okay. They're probably up close to 50% in 2019 alone.
The recent move up, yeah, some of the highest volume seen in a very long time.
Exactly. So that was a good sign for me to sell off because of all that volume. I saw that big green bar, and I'm like, you know what? Collecting profits. Made a sell order. It got filled, so I was happy. So as you can see, I have a couple lines here. So blue lines for me are points where I want to sell. Obviously, it would have been nice for Planet 13 to make new all-time highs. Who knows? Maybe we might be pushing up to those highs in the future. This could just be a minor pullback, and then we could continue this bull run. Yeah. But red for me is a strong buy. So pretty much anything below this support right here, I have this support right here at around $1.30. If it ever went back down to $1.30, I would be buying. And then the closer it gets to this red is a strong buy for me. Anything above this resistance is when I consider selling, and the closer it gets to here, strong sell. And then anything in between here, I'm definitely selling, and which is what happened today. I sold not that many shares. I sold 500 shares on my American portfolio. I'm still holding on to 3 positions in Planet 13, and yes, I'm pretty happy with how Planet 13 performed today.
I've always liked the idea of the company. We've always followed it. I know you've been an investor. I never bought it, but I know that they just recently announced, I think it was over 5 million in revenue. I think it was revenue, over 5 million in revenue. It was like a day or two ago. That's what sent the stock up so much.
Yeah, their revenue has been increasing by 30% every month since November, which is when they've opened their Las Vegas, Nevada dispensary, which is the world's largest dispensary. And I've been talking about Planet 13 since last year. I've been talking about how I started a position, I sold in the highs, and I made a lot of videos when it was reaching its highs, and then I was making videos talking about how I'm selling the company.
Mm-hmm.
I guess during those times, people were buying the company.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got mad at me for that. And I brought this up. I'm like, why would you buy at all-time highs?
Yeah, exactly.
You're chasing a stock at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Get mad when it has a huge correction. I'm telling you guys I'm selling. So you guys are literally buying the shares that I'm selling. And I'm not telling anyone to buy while I'm selling. I'm literally saying I'm selling my shares. So Planet 13 had a huge correction. I took this as a huge buying opportunity. I picked up a crap load of, I think I had over 4,000 shares. And then as it had this run, I collected. And now, once again, I collected here.
Mm-hmm.
Is Planet 13 going to ever go back to these ranges? I don't know, but I would love that because that would be another great buying opportunity. I would love to pick up all the shares that I've sold.
That's
would
a great
you ever consider starting a position in Planet 13 or no?
Maybe at like where your one green line is at $1.70, if it got back down to there.
Yeah, that's true, because this was a previous resistance, which could potentially start acting as a support. So,
like in terms of retail, I know Planet 13 is more so a play on cannabis tourism and retail, but my recent position has been Medmen, but not Planet 13. Medmen's done all right. I just bought it because just the way the charts were looking. But Medmen's a whole different story. They're a much bigger company, but there's issues with management. So I
own Medmen too. I've actually been selling my position. I collected profits near their recent highs, and
450 when they got the $250 million deal.
Yeah. So I've got rid. I used to have 1,000 shares. I think even 2,000. I'm not sure, but now I'm holding on to 400. It's
okay.
What was the next company you wanted to talk about?
Okay, so the next one I want to look at is Safe. So 360 Risk Solutions, SAFE.
I've been hearing a lot about this company. It's a Canadian company.
They're finally getting their name out there. Yeah, so they do security management, transportation for the cannabis sector. So they have like armed guards, trucks, all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow, it's a fresh IPO.
Yeah, pretty much. So today the company's down 6.1%, I guess you can see. There's been lots of consolidation going on right in and around like the mid 40-cent level right now. So we'll see what happens. I recently bought some at 45 cents, and then I bought some in the 50s too. So I just averaged down. Once again, not too big positions. And I'll be prepared to buy a little more if it goes to 35 cents. And then I'll just hold it from there.
Yeah, IPOs they're always tricky because you never know which way they're going to go.
Yep.
You don't have that much chart to look at. To try to do an analysis on it. We could try to, I guess we won't even have about any valuation or anything on paper for them, will we?
Not too much information. No, but they recently did. They recently did just buy another company for $13 million. I think they have quite a few of the big LPs as their clients. Canopy Growth.
Well, it's definitely a small cap company. It's just, I don't know if this is how accurate these numbers are. But they have $32,000 in total assets. Does that sound correct to you?
That doesn't sound correct.
And they have $70 million in market cap. And then their total shares outstanding, 2.6 million, which makes
Yeah.
sense to me. But that total assets kind of looks off to me. Who knows if that's correct? It's not. But that's literally what I see right here, 32,000.
Yeah, I know. I see that too. That's weird.
And total debt, zero debt. That's at least they have more assets versus debt. 32,000, but yeah, that number looks kind of weird to me. I'm not sure how correct that is. But if they just purchased, what did you say they purchased for 10 million?
It was another security firm,
Yeah.
which gave them 150 more employees, and I believe it was 13 or 16 transport trucks, like secure transport trucks. Or no, sorry, it was 16 new cannabis customers. Well, the company had 16 clients.
Okay. I thought it was like 16 people. I'm like,
no, like 16 pot firms that they're doing security for.
Okay, that's good. That's
So
good.
150 employee company with 16 customers, that's not too bad.
Well, if they purchased the company for like $10 million, then they must have more than 32K in assets.
Yeah, I think so. That's yeah, let's hope so. But I like the niche sector that Safe's in, and they're one of the biggest security providers. So the industry is going to need security, right? Like, let's face it, like the products that they're transporting, it's worth a lot of money.
We've seen a lot of companies get broken into, tech stores, gun stores. I don't know if beer stores. So I wouldn't surprise me to see it happen to pot stores as well.
No, exactly. And I mean, I think it's one company that in the future is set to capitalize on the growing industry. So as the industry grows, they're going to need more security. That will always be like a portion of their expenses that every company is going to spend.
Yeah.
And hopefully Safe can do a good job of providing those high quality services.
Well, on the bright side, they do look to be oversold here, but that's only on the 5 minutes. It's a tricky one. I'll definitely keep an eye out on it. I don't know. When it comes to penny stocks, I'm very iffy putting my money into them because I know how volatile they could be, and especially fresh IPO. You never know which way.
No, for sure. So like these companies, they're not big positions. These are companies that I'm just buying as they go down, hoping to,
one
catch
day
a bottom, average down. And I'm okay with holding these for as long as it takes. I don't really plan to trade these ones. These are just going to sit in there and wait for them to either turn into what they're supposed to be and explode, or just